just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another DMP brought to you by yours truly.
Woo!
How you going, boys?
Good.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
Horny.
Sensational.
Horny.
Now, what have you been up to? There's been a lot going on in the Punters and Dribblers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Blokes reminiscing on old times of getting professional athletes out and...
Yeah. Shout out to Kendo, who's been fucking copping it. Something shocking in there.
Oh, mate, he's taking international scout.
Is it the most obscure way ever to let everyone know that you got fucking 9 for?
Oh, mate, I haven't seen that much work go into the promotion of a 9 in my life. And credit to him, you know what I mean? He had an itch he needed to scratch.
Yeah.
That itch was a 9 for that he needed to let the world know about.
The scratch was sharing the Punters and Dribblers in complete
And he got it out there. But
for those people that don't understand what we're talking about, one of the most foundation members of the Punters and Dribblers page, Kendrick, he put in a real big fucking angry rant, which is what he's always done about Bairstow run out.
On the Punters and Dribblers page.
In the Punters and Dribblers
which
page
is you've got to be a member of because it's a fucking great page.
Yeah, and it's private, but 30,000 members in there, whatever, not a big deal. But so he put up this rant, and everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up," which is usually how his ones go. He's like a contrarian, although some people still have that view. But so he just got roasted, and then in a way he wanted to talk about karma in cricket. So
Him knowing the game,
yeah. And he's like, "You don't want to be doing this because karma will come and bite on the ass." It actually reminds me of this time that I was playing county cricket in England, and this guy fucking did the Bales thing, and then you know what? Fucking half an hour later, I've taken a 9 for, and they're all out. And you're like, okay.
And then he replies to every single comment, and it was along the lines of someone was like, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." He goes, "Well, mate, happen to think a bloke who's taking international scouts might know a thing or two."
International scouts. Didn't name any of them.
No.
We didn't
What
hear
would be
of-
the point of naming them?
No.
Why would you name the international scouts?
I think
But-
there's something there for you boys, the yours truly. I think there's something that might be there merch-wise for
Oh,
you.
yeah,
I think it's a great
that's
thing.
it. It was like 9 for from yours truly, wasn't it? That's how we said it.
So, something in that, yours truly.
Yeah.
Yours truly. Yours
Nine
truly,
for-
Kendo.
By yours truly.
But it was that's like OG Punters and Dribblers days where he would fucking go on those rants and everyone would G up at him. And
Do you reckon he gears up for it and
He
goes,
loves it.
I'm just getting
dude,
in
he's
the
got
fucking
some.
mud.
I don't know if he's got
Loves
free time or whether he's just committed to the cause, but it's always been a hallmark of Kendrick firing off in the Punters and Dribblers that he replies to every single comment, and they're not just little ones. It's not like just a fuck you. It's long-winded answers, and he always goes for that one of his favorite lines. And again, shout out to you, Kendo. But one of his favorite lines is fucking, what do you got, 12-year-old comprehension skills?
He was
Did you not
dropping plenty
read
of them the
my-
other
yeah.
day.
Oh, there was a bit of classism last time, wasn't there?
Mate, look, I mean, he doesn't
he
mind.
doesn't shy away from a bit of classism, a bit of intellectualism, whatever the term is. He absolutely loves it. He hasn't been active in there for a while on this sort of level.
He came back firing.
Yeah.
One of the great comebacks.
We said the other day, we were convinced that he was a mate of ours.
We used to
taking the
think he was a
piss.
fake
We
back
thought
in the day.
We thought it was a fake profile because he was such a contrarian, and he just had the same sort of style. At least it seemed to us as a mate of ours. So we tried to prove that he wasn't real, and I went deep into the annals of Facebook and his My Cricket page and shit, and found that he was true and matched it up to clubs he played for and shit.
True and pure.
No, he's real. He's
Look,
real.
He's the the hero that we don't deserve but we need.
Yeah.
The Punters and Dribblers, they don't deserve him, but they need him.
No, you need him, but he's also it's
Bit of Batman about him. You reckon?
Joker even.
Yeah, you're
Bit of
right.
Joker.
Yeah, there's a bit of Joker as
'Cause he
well.
throws chaos
the
out.
anti-hero, but he's a hero. But it's what the Punters and Dribblers page is so good for. It's when people are making memes about the show, whether it's this show, whether it's Guru, whether it's our show, or fucking someone made a meme, might have Scotty Bloody, Liam Brennan, because there's a few famous dribblers in there now.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But someone's put up the New South Wales coaching staff.
Yes, it's a who's who,
And it's a who's who of characters. It was
obviously you're not
fun.
included because you're
a Queenslander.
Exactly.
So you can
respect-
How do you
good team.
respect though? You were in
You know
it. You
what?
were the official
He's
water
water
boy.
boy.
That's a meme with some class. That's
Yeah.
a meme with class.
Yeah.
It shows respect that I'm not a New South Welshman and doesn't put me in there.
But it's you get fucking
He
there's-
had Scotty Bellotti had put in Lou of We Mean Well fame's grandparents.
really.
Yeah, they were in charge of they were in charge of diet and shit. I think, or maybe they were cooking meals. I don't know. They're top left.
Well, look, I'm telling this whole podcast is brought to you.
Oh, that was Johnny and Noy from Street's fucking.
It is too. Oh, I got
Streety's Thailand
confused.
thing. Sorry, people don't know what we're talking about. Maybe you do.
You're right.
Johnny and Noy.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah, dude. Very
So,
nice.
this DMP
Shout out to the Punters and Dribblers.
Yeah, it's
page.
DMP is brought to you by the Punters and Dribblers page today.
This might be going over quite a few people's heads.
It's
but
on.
that's
It's like a group WhatsApp, but filled with a lot of people that you don't know about.
Yes.
So you get
Yeah.
the rogue shit, but it's not too rogue, but it's also
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
It's on the edge.
And everyone's pretty cool.
Listen,
in there.
some stuff
Every
gets
once in a
deleted.
while, you get some stuff gets rogue.
Yeah,
and
some
we have to
stuff gets
address it.
reported. Some
Yeah.
people use language that's not
Well, it's not
acceptable
uncouth.
anymore.
It's not uncouth.
No, it's not uncouth.
It's couth.
It's other language. Sometimes there's
No,
some,
there's uncouth stuff in there,
some
and it gets
shit in there.
deleted.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell Porky
What I'm
Pies.
saying is, you keep it couth. by
We
deleting
keep it couth.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's what I'm
kept
saying.
couth.
That's merch. Keep it couth.
Keep it couth.
Keep it couth.
Yeah, we keep it couth.
Okay.
Fucking oath.
Keep it couth, boys, on the
Keep it
weekend.
couth.
You know, getting uncouth on a weekend. not a
Ah,
good
you don't want to
idea.
get
You
uncouth.
gotta keep it
You got to keep it couth.
Especially if you're 25 and over. You can
Yeah.
make some uncouth mistakes when you're 18 or so.
Early 20s, late teens, early 20s, you can make some uncouth mistakes.
The older you
After
get, the more
25.
couth you got to keep it until you get too old and you're just automatically uncouth again.
Yeah, that's true. You do reach a point where you're too old to be couth.
But yeah, it's fucking great yarns on there. Seriously, fucking entertainment in a night, and you're just lying in bed going, "What the fuck has
is
happened?" It's
going
like an
on here?
explosion. Like, and what I love about the Punters and Dribblers is you don't know what it's going to be.
No.
Like, just every now and then something will happen, and then it's like a mind
It
virus,
just pops off.
and every cunt just goes.
So hard.
Yeah, they're always fun.
Now, Beer, Food and Footy Festival will be at Henson Park, guys, 22nd of July in Marrickville. It's such a great afternoon combining beers and footy at Henson Park, home of the famous Newtown Jets. We will be selling Bloke beer there along with heaps of other brewers and food vendors while the Jets will be playing Manly in the New South Wales Cup at the same time. Great day. Grab your mates or your partner or whoever and go to the Beer, Footy and Food Festival. Tickets will be in show notes. And, you know, as it's a local ground, so they're probably going to sell out. So make sure to get them. We always talk about the nostalgia of old school rugby league. This is as old school as it gets. So that is the 22nd of July. Get your tickets before they sell out.
Also, if you're a Manly fan, probably a good opportunity to see Latu Finau in club colours for the last time.
Well, and Guru will be there from 6 a.m. to about
6
7.
a.m.?
Well, that's when the first
That's
game.
true.
That's when the first game starts warming up. We're looking at under 8s.
Okay, you're right. The Guru's down there. He'll be
This
running
is
over.
his day of days.
Guru was already going. He doesn't even
Yeah,
need to
of
buy a
course he
ticket.
was.
He's got a life membership at every reserve grade club in the comp.
Yeah, we were on the stream last week. We were asking him like about what's his like favorite like suburban ground. I can't remember what he said, but it was just like
Henson Park, he said.
he did like Henson
he did
Park.
Say, he did say
Mascot?
Henson Park.
Is that his home- is that his home
Mascot
track?
Oval. He liked Waverley Oval as well.
Yeah. Well, Waverley Oval's a nice oval.
I honestly reckon, and this is going to sound crazy. It's going to sound crazy, but I honestly reckon club scouts should speak to him. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. He was calling Grant for Origin fucking before he even played
know,
first grade.
I know.
He called Jaman, nearly made it, so his 19th man. He called, obviously, Ruben Cotter.
Yeah.
Like, his track record of picking it is unbelievable.
He said his first one was Sourd.
Sourd was his first one.
Sowie was his first one.
yeah, Sour's his
Back
first
in the
Fucking
90s.
ages ago.
Yeah, dude.
Like, holy
No, his
shit.
first ever black book, this kid could be anything, was Jamie Sourd.
Fuck, we're talking about
Yeah.
a premiership winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Origin
Oh my
premiership
God.
winner.
Yeah. Mate,
I don't think he won an Origin,
you
but-
could make worse decisions
Played
than
Origin,
talk to Guru.
They probably didn't win it. Played it.
Like, the chances are over the last 18 years, he probably didn't
He
win
won
an
some
Origin.
games.
He won
some
one.
games.
He won one, lost two. 2011.
There you go.
I love Sowie, though.
There you go. Well, it's not his fucking fault.
And he should have
Maybe
scored.
it
He
was.
should have scored the
Mate,
winning.
you do have a tendency to
No,
blame
but
your
he gave it
halves.
to
Well, the
Yeah.
halves are.
Yeah,
the
but
halves are. He set up a good try-minute show, probably
Okay.
more try assists than.
Could have gone himself. That was a great night. We went back and watched that
Yeah, we did.
a couple of times.
Yeah, we did.
The old Foxtel days.
Yeah.
Fucking oath. Mate, they can make worse decisions than ask Guru for his thoughts.
Just his thoughts.
Penny for your thoughts.
Penny for your thoughts, Guru.
Oh, man.
Penny for your thoughts.
If in 10 years' time he's like a scout for a club, I would fucking love that so
But
much.
like a secret scout. Like,
Secret
you know what I
scout,
mean?
yeah.
Like, we'd know about it, but you don't publicly know that Guru's scouting for a club. That'd be great.
Oh,
Because
man.
he watches every game and goes to most games anyway, so he wouldn't look out of place.
No, it was like for game 2 when we did the stream at when we were out at Parrot and it was like, "Wait, mate, you and Timmy around for game 2?" And I was like, assuming he wouldn't be because he's going to watch the game 50 times afterwards, and he's just sitting at the back of the limo. We coming around, he's like, Mate, there's no fucking chance of that happening. He's just like, I've got to fucking do so much shit. He's like, I can't be sitting there. So even when we do the streams, the poor bastard barely watches any footy because we're just talking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
He's used to watching it by himself in like a soundproof booth.
Yeah, with his Jim Beam and his crust pizza.
Also, don't forget, buy Origin tickets. Now, dead rubber gets thrown around a lot, but I've got a sneaking suspicion there's going to be a bit of a, I'm not going to say it, but some old school fireworks, if you know what I'm saying.
We were saying that we've literally just come from Hello Sports Studios, best podcast studio in Sydney, and we were having a similar discussion around whether, like a Bradman best. Now, we were musing like if New South Wales is behind by a lot or ahead by a lot. Doesn't matter. Who knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking phenomenal team that has been picked. But Bradman best, just getting a bit fucking Eddie going.
But, look, I kind of feel like after everything's been said by New South Wales over this Origin series, maybe a punch needs to be thrown.
I wouldn't be against it.
Dog shots. We're calling for dog shots.
We're leaving the door open for a
dog
couple
shot.
of doggies.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants some doggies.
Yeah, a bit of woof woof.
Oh, my God.
Bit of wolf wolf stuff. Bit
Is
of
that how
cattle
low
dog.
you stoop?
Well, listen.
Yeah, mate.
If the game calls for it,
Yeah.
right? If we're getting ploughed and getting swept, then maybe we
Dog
open the
shots
door
are
for a
on.
couple of doggies.
Yeah.
Maybe we get the cattle dog going. You telling me you wouldn't want to see Bradman Best socks down, ripped jersey,
Oh, yeah,
get
socks
claret,
Full leg
throwing?
sleeve.
Look,
Leg
throwing
sleeve
from
shin tap.
state?
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
You'd be fucking salivating
Yeah.
like the rest of us.
You're right. You know what would be funny if Brad Fielder just picked a boxer on the bench?
Dude, like brings in fucking Tim Zoo.
Just Tim Zoo got
Charlo's
selected.
fucking catted it like a bitch.
Zoo gets selected for Origin, New South Wales. Utility. There's you're
You know
either
what?
winning
It
or
would-
losing by
it
a
would
lot.
st- it would stand
we
to
could probably
reason.
do with it. We'd probably do with another utility.
Well, that's true. We've only got two of them on the
Bench
bench.
of, you could have a bench of utilities.
Yeah.
You could have, you know what? You could have a boxer and a wrestler. So you cover whether he's going to fight someone, like punch on, or wrestle.
Well, styles make fights. So if they take him to the ground, you've got someone there. Maybe you get Volkanovski. When's he fighting? Sunday? He could be good for fucking.
He'd be good
for Wednesday.
He'd be good. He's ready. He's done a whole camp.
Fuck the rest. Let's get like someone like black belt jiu-jitsu. Get in there and like armbar.
Jiu-jitsu. Yeah, exactly.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Break some arms, some legs.
I want to see
Choke some blokes out.
Yeah, choke some blokes out. Choke a bloke.
Choke a bloke.
Chug a bloke. Speaking
bloke
of
in a
chugging
bar.
blokes, big week for Bloke Lager in New South Wales. Go check out the winter catalogue for Celebrations, IGA, Porter's, Liquor for great deals. Jump online to see where the nearest Celebrations, IGA or Porter's stores are. Make sure to take advantage of these unreal specials. I think this is the biggest amount of specials we've ever done. So it's like literally 3 whole chains we're doing specials in, guys. That's every Celebrations in New South Wales, every IGA and Porter's. All have great deals in New South Wales. Plus, we're in every single Liquor Legends in Queensland. Look, I reckon, all jokes aside, I actually do reckon that it is worth going to watch because there seems a bit of tension building. Like, it doesn't feel like a dead rubber in regards to... I feel like there's hatred because you've got to remember the game 2 ended in a bit of a brouhaha.
Bit of doggies. Couple of headbutts.
Yeah, and I don't think that's been forgotten.
No.
There's mate. When's an Origin been played without passion? Name one game.
No,
Doesn't happen.
Does not happen. No. So make sure to get down there, guys. Head to nrl.com/tickets. Tickets are $59, and I think for families they are. Haven't got the notes here, but I think they're
Sack Matty.
149, I think. But anyway, go to nrl.com/tickets. Grab your tickets. Grab your tickets for Origin because it is going to be. You could either see a whitewash or you could see a very, very important win for New South Wales. Because if it is a whitewash, like you almost look at that New South Wales system, not just the team that's being selected, the whole system, and go, what has gone wrong here?
Well, hold on. Are you trying to infer that, like, just picking players and then dropping them straight away is not a good system?
Look, I don't think
that-
it's the best system.
Are you saying that, like, picking Stefano Utogamano for like 7 minutes either side of halftime and then dropping him?
It's actually less than 7 minutes.
Well,
it was like-
exactly
it
right.
was,
Are you
12
saying
minutes.
it's a bad system, Darren? Is that what you're saying? You're saying Nico Hines just like burning the poor kid after he won a Dally M?
Goes on. Well, listen. I mean, you could argue that one way to make a bloke hungry is just put him on out of position for 5 minutes, let him miss a tackle, and then drop him for 5-6 years and just see what it does.
See what happens to him.
Yeah. You know, Dally M.
Maybe never play him again though either.
Well, he's been in the system for a long time.
You want him
Now,
hungry, but that doesn't mean you feed
You
him.
could argue he's been in the system for too long.
Yeah, we
You
need
know
to
what
look
I mean?
somewhere else.
Yeah. Like
He's played too many games.
Yeah, he's played.
You know what I mean? At some point, you need to move on. And Nico's had his time.
Listen,
so Stefano as well. Like,
Listen.
Stefano's fucking, 23? Too old.
Well, he's almost played too much footy.
Yeah.
I think that's how you look at it.
Too much footy in the legs.
Too much footy in the legs. Too old.
Yeah.
Listen, you didn't perform in the 10 minutes, 6 minutes either side of half time, and you're not up to standard, mate. It's as simple as that.
Sorry, dude.
So all the best to you.
Yep.
We're gonna go pick blokes that.
Well, we're just picking a few more guys. Let's maybe who haven't played as many games.
Well, we're picking
then
multiple utilities because the 2023 year of the utility, and we're picking blokes that have played one good game instead of one good season. That's the way. It's almost like last goal wins.
Eddie, that's disrespectful to Bradman Best, mate. Are you saying that it was? Are you inferring that he was picked off the back of a fucking humping of the Dogs on the weekend, and not the breadth of Bradman's career?
There's an old saying, Tom, in rugby league circles: if the boot fits.
I think that's a Cinderella story.
But this is one specifically about rugby league.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's a rugby league Cinderella story.
That's exactly
I just hope that you're not inferring that Bradman picked solely off the back of one game, because it seems like Matt Burton was dropped off the back of one game, or not picked off the back of one game.
Listen, you can drop off the back of one game.
You can't pick off the back of one game.
Well, you can do both.
Clearly.
Which is what we're doing.
That's what it looks like.
The Matt Burton situation, the more I think about it, the more I don't understand. Because, he got man of the match, I think, in one of his games.
I think it was his debut game.
Debut.
Man of the match.
When we talk about, I think the current issue at the moment is this Queensland side has a bit of an aura around it, and it's getting too respected by New South Wales. If there's one guy in his second game of Origin, went up to Suncorp and punched on with an Origin legend, if that isn't what Origin's all about, I don't know. I'm not here.
Well, he got dog shotted by two.
But
held back.
But the fact that I actually think Queenslanders respect the fuck out of Matty Burton, even though Gagai got some good ones on him. The fact that he was ready to square up against
held back.
Origin. Okay, he was held back. He squared up.
It's actually easy to get some good ones. Here, look, punch Eddie in the face. Yeah, punch him.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't. Nothing happened before that.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. Nothing happened before being held back.
Nothing.
But what I don't get is in your second game to have that much ticker in Suncorp against an Origin legend in Gagai, and play good footy, plus you got the ticker and show no respect to Queensland. He's the perfect man to play against Queensland because he's showing us no respect, and that's what you need to do. Remember when Clemmer showed no respect?
To Corey Parker.
Yes.
And then Corey wanted respect.
still talk about it.
Yeah.
And we still
he
talk
wanted
about
respect, but he ain't getting it.
He ain't
Not
getting
out of
respect
Clemmer.
on the Origin
And
radar.
he's also got that left boot of doom. Just sail it up there into the wind and let it hang around.
He's Dally M centre.
It doesn't make sense. If you're saying that you're not picking off the weekend's results, which some would argue is exactly what's going on, not me.
You show more respect.
I show more respect than that. That's not the way I love Bradman Best. Full leg tat, ears tucked into his hat. Don't worry, I'm as horny as it gets for Braddy Best. I'm ready to see him rip. I'm just saying, what's his left boot like? You know? Yeah. Matt Burton.
Well, you could ask this simple
Matt
question.
Burton's he won the World Cup at the start of the year or end of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean, Burton's won premierships, he's won World Cups, he's won man of the matches in Origin, he's won centre of the year. I don't know if Bradman Best has done any of those things, but Bradman Best's got that dog in him. I can admit that.
Well, he's got a
But
shin
Burton
tap.
does too.
Yeah, I know.
But he doesn't have a shin tap, Denon.
And
Listen.
Burton literally went up to Suncorp and punched on with an Origin legend. He actually started that.
Have you
punch on.
seen him
But
ever tuck his ears into a hat?
You're missing the point. He was picked off leg tat. If he didn't have a leg tat, he wouldn't have got picked. That's my gut feeling.
Yeah, this is a leg sleeve into an arm sleeve into a tuck your ears
into
in.
a Bali visit sleeve mid-season sleeve.
Yeah. There's a lot more that goes into this.
If things get out of hand, cattle dog will be called, and we need blokes to get up there and throw. And Matty Burton, although held back, doesn't have a great record.
But at least he threw. But that's the thing, though. There's been a lot of chat, people saying this about Queensland, blah, blah. Burton actually did it. He did it. So that's what I'm not understanding. Burton actually was I'm at Suncorp. That's Dan Gagai, Origin legend. I'm ready to go. Who cares whether he won or lost? And I actually think Queenslanders respect Burton a lot because he just had a fucking dig. And there was no talk before the game. He just said, hey, Gagai, if you want to go, let's go. And then let it be.
Matt Burton should be in that fucking side. We can all agree on that. Matt Burton should be in that fucking rugby
because he
league
also
side.
covers your halves as well. That's
Yeah,
what
he does, Denon.
And then we don't-
That's a third utility, which is what seemingly we want.
But that's what because if you pick Burton at centre, then you don't have to carry the utility unless Burton gets injured. But then you're just too
You
worried
can't.
about
What do you want to
injury.
fucking do? You can't handle every injury.
Yes.
We just don't put a hooker in the centres again. Let's
So
try that.
You could go Burton into 6 or 7, even fullback. I reckon he could play at a pinch. Even 13, I reckon he could play at a pinch if he had to. That's what I don't understand that he didn't get selected. He's so versatile. Dally M Player of the Year, man of the match. Loves to disrespect Queensland, which actually on the field, like punch on.
He's kind of like the new Jack Whiten of the side. Could be if he was picked.
He
but
could be.
He's
That's
not
what's
picked,
so
obviously
surprising.
He's not the new Jack Whiten of the side.
And the ironic thing is like Bradman
Jack Whiten wasn't picked either.
Well, Jack Whiten gave
after
up.
man of the match.
Yeah, no, Jack.
Oh
Whiten.
no, well Talakai was the man for the job.
Well, Talakai I think can kick as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like
Talakai at fullback.
Well, Talakai's got utility value.
He does. He can play prop.
Centre and back row.
Centre, back row.
Well, the I guess the thing is like ironically, Bradman could go out and kill it. I think we all agree on that.
Yes.
But I think the problem isn't the fact that Bradman's picked because he's actually had a good year.
It's not
he's
about
actually had a good
Bradman.
year.
I love
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Bradman.
It's about the processes
Yeah.
that was
It's got
that happened.
nothing to do with Bradman. I think that's what's getting misconstrued. It's more about, okay, what about the decisions that led up to the Bradman decision? As in, like, you got to get through some sackings first. There's sackings that need to be made before you get to a Bradman decision. And bringing blokes in because that you either liked what they did or they showed promise and then getting rid of them with no
How do
real
you
explanation.
justify
I don't- it doesn't
the
make sense to me.
justification again?
The
like,
Nico Hoens one, really, really weird. Stefano, really weird.
But
Jake
Brandy-
Trbojevic last year, weird. The Fox last year, weird.
Brandy tried to justify
Burton's
the Uto Ikamanu one on NRL 360, and he's like, Jake's back, Regan Campbell-Gillard's back, and you're like, yeah, but Jacob's Saifidi.
Saifidi.
And you dropped Junior Bowler.
And you dropped Junior Paulo.
But no, but so like you go, yeah, okay, Jake's back. Yep, cool, sweet, with you. Payne Haas is injured. Polo's been dropped. Saifidi's on the bench.
So you're not.
So-
You're just
so-
being. You're being deceptive. Like you're just like not deceptive in an intentional way. Like I'm not saying you're trying to lie, but it's like you're misdirecting.
Explain to me why Saifidi wasn't picked and Stefano was, and now it's reversed. Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, now, did the Knights beat the fuck out of the Dogs on the weekend? And did the Tigers lose 400-0? Not to say that we're referencing games that have just gone because we don't pick off the weekend's results, but like.
Interesting. It was a big win.
Was a big win.
66-0, I believe.
And a big loss.
Yeah. Also, to make it even stranger, I think Burton's been 18th man both game 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And obviously you don't pick the Dogs because they lost so heavily. But also, I've always been of the opinion, Tom, and I think you can agree with this, that sides that are coming like sort of last, second last, third last, that's sort of the Queensland standard, I think you'll find. So if you can hump a team coming last, second last, third last, you can do a job against Queensland.
Yes.
I've always been of that opinion.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I've always
Sunday afternoon,
subscribed to
Saturday
that.
afternoon against the bottom of the league that scored the least amount of points. If you do a job there, you'll do
Yeah.
a job
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's so some of the decisions, like for example, RCG's gone from not even on the bench to taking Paolo's spot.
Yeah.
And I don't think Junior play. What I'm not
I
understanding.
was actually shocked by Junior being dropped.
Yeah, because like he's actually what's a forward's job? Win field position. He's dominated in both games. So why?
Some people are saying we got fucking dominated in the forwards. I don't know. I'm an idiot,
You,
right?
you
I'm
won
a
field
fucking
position in
idiot.
both games, so I don't understand how that's possible.
Someone was saying penalty count.
The double penalty count. That's what. people
Okay,
point
then
out.
that means that they were more disciplined. Like, then you're just kicking the can down the road. Like,
Yeah.
okay, they were more disciplined than Queensland. Like, even though I disagree, but at the end of the day, field position was won by your forward pack. You had all the opportunities to score the try. The problems weren't in the forward pack, in my opinion. The problems were obviously, you had Cody Walker, who is the best attacking player in the last 5 years. You didn't use him for game 1 or 2. Jerome Luai obviously just couldn't get the job done.
I think we were
Tavita
waiting for.
came and went as well.
No, we were waiting for Cody to get old. We were like, let's pick him when he's fucking.
Well, he was a bit
34.
young. He was a bit young 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Tessie popped there, by the way.
Yeah, it was. He's a pin shoulder, which suits us.
Yeah.
TPJ he's come and gone. There's Jesus, some coming and going.
Yeah.
Fuck me, Dad.
TPJ, I think we liked him because he basically was a Queenslander. He wanted to play for Queensland, so we picked him. Let him.
Well, New
fuck
South
us,
Wales.
and
We were
then-
saying that before. New South Wales like doing that, picking blokes that have professed their allegiance to Queensland. Kiri as well, who tried to take it to the High Court.
Yeah,
We
Kiri
picked
literally
him.
took it to the Supreme Court, try and play for Queensland. Then he lost and goes, "Fucking give me a blue jumper."
We go righto.
Sweet.
Your heart seems to be in it.
Yeah, you're captain as well.
I like Keon in. I'm surprised Young got dropped. I thought Hudson Young was pretty good.
Huddy Young was good.
What did Huddy Young do wrong? Tell me what Huddy did
And he played
wrong.
good on the weekend. He got the match winner.
Tell me what Huddy did wrong. I like Keon outside Cody. You're not going to
But
hear
he's
an
actually
argument
been
out-
actually
training.
not.
He's
He's
not been training outside Cody.
No, he's over on fucking.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now because Liam Martin plays left. Right. Sure. I do like Cameron Murray
At
starting
13.
at lock.
Yeah,
I do
agree.
like that. That's warmed the heart.
Okay. I like
a
Martin
young
and Murray
Eddy
starting.
Simpson.
Jake Trbojevic back in. Obviously love that.
You like that bench?
The bench is surprising.
Bench is
Because
odd.
it's not like I don't think Gutho couldn't have played centre. You know what I mean? Like
Ahead
you could
of-
have picked ahead of Bradman as well. Like I'm not saying he should have or shouldn't have. I don't mind Gutho in a side. I don't mind Gutho in a side.
He's got to start. Like I don't-
Exactly.
Yeah.
But-
Or B14.
But if you're implying that we lost the middle by replacing all the middles, then surely you want more punch off the bench.
it's very surprising.
He won't fucking get on the field, will he?
Well, unless he plays 13 and Murray gets a rest, but then you've got Isaiah Yeo there, so it's like, well, okay, so Isaiah is going to be used as just a front rower. I think Reece Robson's going to be used like Cotter,
Yeah.
which is like very big ask after 2 games. Like he's been playing 9 all year. I think Reece Robson can be similar to Cotter, maybe not at his level, but can be similar. But like I think you need to give him a bit more Origin footy before you go, mate. You're the glue. Like
It'll
you're
be
the guy.
interesting to see though how he goes.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's tight, I don't think Gutho plays.
yeah.
That's good though because it means we've got less players than the Queensland team.
Well, just like you don't. Do you get a jersey if you don't run on? You get a cap.
That's what he's
You got to get. Well, he's already debuted, so
he's
I reckon
played.
But like, would you get
get another one.
No, well, I mean,
Surely
Nico
get
got a
one
grand
for him,
final ring.
Yeah, so the bench is quite surprising in regards to I'm not sure how the rotation is going to work. So is it going to be Jake Trbojevic plays 80, so that gets you extra minutes and you don't need that extra
could.
front rower?
Yeah, but he's been injured. What's his?
Listen,
And
he
RCG's been injured too.
Like I don't.
RCG's been back for what, 2 games?
Jake's been out for what? 6 weeks.
So RCG's been back for 2 games.
So you're starting front rowers, 2 games and 1 game.
and he's gone straight in there. And we didn't even want him a year ago.
Apparently.
He was out.
Reportedly.
Well, reportedly, him and the Penrith boys.
But he said that's 100% not true. RCG
Well, sure,
said that.
that's fine. But we didn't.
But he
we
wasn't
didn't
wanted.
want you. We didn't want you last
Didn't
year.
select him for sure.
and
but
now
now
he's
after 2
and now
games-
we're begging for it.
Yeah, now we're bending over and presenting for him.
Yeah, very surprising decisions.
Now, listen, I just want to quickly, because I know that, you know, there's a perception that you're pro Channel 9, you're an apologist.
oh my
But
God.
what do you think of the selections from a coaching position perspective, like with Freddie? Obviously, I know that, you know,
I think
apologist and all.
I think change has to be made. I do. I think that whether it's a director that can has more of a say in the selection process.
So keep Freddie as a coach.
No, I'm saying whether it is that or you get a different coach. The problem, who would you replace Freddie with? That's the problem right now. Ricky's obviously with the Raiders. Carrick Bellamy has already said no. Michael Maguire has been tossed up. I'm not sure whether he's the guy for the job. And so I do think changes need to be made, unfortunately.
Des never had a crack.
Des is at the Titans next year.
Yeah, fuck the Titans.
So
Someone said, I heard, who was saying this the other day?
Fox was saying Sam Burgess.
Yeah, okay. Come on.
Mick Ennis.
Mick Ennis, yeah, I don't know that that's the go either. Someone, a dribbler, and obviously that's where you get all your good oil. He DM'd us and he said that he was at, I won't say where he was at, but that he was talking to a current NRL coach, and that current NRL coach said that it's that James Maloney's in the hot seat.
That's the biggest bit of drill I've ever seen.
I was like, why the fuck would it be Maloney? He's like, mate, he's actually a fucking good coach.
Unless you never coached.
Yeah, no, but like, as in when he was at Penrith, he was coaching the fucking halves.
The problem for us is all because we got
Dribbly, right?
because we got
So
humped for so long. Because we got humped for so long, we don't have like this next generation of like throbbers coming through.
No.
So like we've used everyone.
Yeah, that's it,
You know
right?
what I
It
mean?
was Freddie, it was Daly, and then it's like, well, do we remember anyone else? Like, fucking give it to Fletch.
Yeah, it's as I said. Yeah, I do think that changes need to be made. At the very minimum, I think that the structures of game planning and selection need to absolutely be overhauled.
It's honestly Matty Johns. And he's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it. No way.
But that's like, if you were going, who else is left? You're like, it's Matty. But he's not going to do it.
The way he talks about it as well, I'm just like, he just seems to know it for me every time. I want an energy overhaul. I've said it many times. I'm going to say it again. I want an energy overhaul.
Is that renewable energy? What sort of
I don't
coal
care.
power?
I just so it's so. I don't want it negative.
Nuclear.
No, they can't do a press
Wind.
conference, those three now, without having a fucking hernia.
They're so angry.
It's so intense. I'm like, just.
Did you
if
see
make a
Brandy on
decision, you
360?
should be able to comfortable going out there calm as day and answering it. Like
Billy Slater, I've never wanted to suck off a Queenslander more. And I say that honestly. I don't want to say it.
Look,
but
I agree with you in regards
Freddie on
to
100% footy? Sorry.
I agree in regards to like, I think that sometimes that they may bite back a little bit, a lot, but it would be so stressful, bro. Fuck, it would be stressful. The whole state is just bagging the fuck out of you. Your head's not going to be in the right spot.
Oh, no, I understand that.
And it's been for a few years now.
Also, though, did you see the thing? And again, I don't know I didn't see Freddie say it, but apparently he did. That he went through like all of the newspaper articles where people were linking. So like I think over the World Cup last year, where like in all the articles talking about Josh Adokar and Jake making the World Cup side, and they all referenced how they were left out of Origin but have now made the World Cup side. And he went through 25 times he found that Adokar was linked back to Origin in relation to making the World Cup side. And Freddie thinks that is an evidence that the media has an agenda against him. And then Crawley comes on and he's like, who's got time to go through every fucking article? Like, your head's in the wrong place if that's what you're looking at. That to me is bonkers.
So
shit.
Freddie said that he did do that? Is that confirmed or is that just reported?
Freddie said that, but like I don't.
doesn't mean he did it.
Even if you're outsourcing that, it's still pretty weird.
I don't think that would take that long though. You just Google it and
you
go
just
1,
Google
2,
it,
3, 4.
it'll all come down. But it isn't. You probably.
You're still doing it.
I do think that it would be so stressful. Like everywhere you go, everywhere you walk, people are spraying you about the Blues, this, that, the next thing. So I can understand where you get. Like how many times have we seen coaches at clubs where when they rock up, they're chill, happy-go-lucky. By the time they lose their job, they are fucking a totally different person.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's more just the correlation between success and perceived energy. And at the start, he was Mr. Chill and we were winning. And
agreed.
now it's Mr. Stress and we're fucking going like a busted ass. In relation to the Jake and the Fox thing, if he comes out, puts his hand up and go, yeah, I played a shocker. I should have picked him. People go, well, yeah, obviously. Respect your honesty, and off we fucking go. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Like it's as simple as that.
And he's saying that people
There's
are
no
trying
way
to
you can
drive a wedge
justify the
between him and
dropping of
Nico.
Jake Trebojevic. For one game, he goes, "Oh fuck, that's a mistake." Like you just come out, yeah, I made a mistake. People make mistakes all the time. Not the end of the world.
No.
To try and like.
But he's saying people are trying to drive a wedge now between him and Nico, and he was using that Josh Adokar example.
Well, the Nico one's very simple. He's been in the setup for a long, long time. He won the Dally M medal.
Yeah.
You gave him 10 minutes out of position and then dropped him never to be seen again.
Yeah.
That seems strange to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I even said in regards to like the alcohol ban, like that was a sign of like too stressed. Like the fact that these are all the best in the game. They don't need to be told what to do. They should be all ready to go. So I agree with you. I just think that, is it a symptom of the pressure or did that create the pressure?
Chicken or the egg?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like did he, that 2020 series happen? Everyone just went fucking for their neck, like because of, the unlosable series. Then have we seen a snowball effect due to the fact that it's just such a stressful job?
No disrespect to the players that played in that 2020 series either. I kind of forgot the players for the Queensland side, but like, I'm not saying they're the worst, but you look at the players who are in that team and where they are now, like Corey Allen, Brinko Lee, Edric Lee, like they were a fucking...
It wasn't, on paper, it wasn't a strong
part
side, for sure.
No, like it was an amazing feat to win that series.
that's almost Munster's like crowning glory.
It's literally one of the greatest Origin wins in the history of the game, in my opinion. Because we had like fringies, guys that play one bad game at NRL would get dropped out. So, as I said, what I'm saying is I agree with you. It's like the original chill Freddie. Even at the Roosters job when he had that, I think that initially he started really well. I think he went like 6 for 6 or something, and then as things didn't add up, like I guess didn't work out for him. Just struggled a little. It seemed anyway, outside looking in, struggled a little bit with being an NRL coach. As I would struggle, I'd be fucking gone after one game.
Completely struggle.
So I think the stressful environment is just until you've experienced it, which I haven't, but to a degree, playing footy, that's creating this
Even I guess you can compare it to any stressful environment, right? Like obviously everything's relative, but like any environment where it's a high stress situation, the way that you handle it is, you know, like is the way you handle it, right? It's like I can completely sympathise with Freddie from the context of I've been in stressful situations where I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck am I doing here? Unfortunately, he's in a very front-facing position where the entire fucking state is pissed off about what's going on, and he, for someone who seems to be very like reflective and self-aware, and like that was sort of the energy he was bringing early on. It just is sort of a bit of a weird one where it's like when you watched 100% footy the other night, his face, he looked like he just stepped in poo. Like
it's a natural reaction, like of defense mechanism because
yes,
he's so
but
stressed.
I'm saying like
I agree with you though. Like I think that, as I said, I think changes should be made. Like I think that certain things aren't being handled correctly. Certain selections, certain messages being sent to the team, like the selection of Tavita, played 6 good games. What does that mean for the, you know, and I'm nobody to speak about the New South Wales jersey, but just my opinion, it's like, what does that mean about earning a jersey? You know, and as I said, there are way more qualified people than me in regards to what it means to be a New South Welshman. But from outside looking in, I go, I don't know, I kind of felt like Origin used to be, you had to play a long stretch of footy, unless there's injuries, obviously, a long stretch of good footy to earn the jersey. And it just doesn't seem like there's almost like a standard that's being sent out to the squad as like, this is the process, this is the message we send everyone. This is the standard that you meet. If you don't meet it, you're not in the jersey. At the moment, it's kind of like each game there's a different.
And you're almost guaranteed to get dropped or hooked off the field after like fucking 2 minutes if you don't come on.
It creates
like,
fear.
That's what I mean. There's no like relaxation.
Right. Exactly right. And you look at Queensland and the blokes are sitting in the fucking sheds in tears, like the jersey means that much to them. And then we're picking blokes who have openly said that they'd fucking rather play for Queensland. I just don't feel like that's the greatest like choice for Origin's culture, right?
Yeah.
Like what sort of culture does that foster in the change room when you're picking blokes willy-nilly, dropping blokes willy-nilly, picking blokes that said they want to play for Queensland? Like, I don't care if he fucking took it back, he still said it, right? Like, that's still out there.
The standard should be Jake Trbojevic. Yeah. Like, that should be the standard.
That's exactly right. And the fact that he was dropped last year, right, just says everything that I need to see for like, well, is this the best thing for culture? Like, are we getting it? I don't think we are.
Which is like so surprising because like, if anyone gets New South Wales, it's Freddie. He's a legend.
Correct.
He is truly a legend.
That's what's so alarming for us, mate, is that we're running out of blokes that seem to get it. I mean,
they got it. They literally
you
got it.
talk to people. No one's come up with an answer outside of our selections of Matty Johns, who said he won't do it, and Guru, who also turned down the job.
Yeah, he's turned down the job.
Who the fuck else is there? Like James Maloney?
What do you reckon?
I thought he was still playing in France. He retired like one game ago. He's front runner.
Has Guru selected his New South Wales side? I'd love to know who he'd pick.
Does he do that?
I'd select mine right now. I would have gone Jake Trbojevic. I would have started Bolo again. I thought he was good. Stefano would have got another crack. Keon or Olakawatu, either one.
Well,
flip a coin.
Pick one, Denon.
Okay, Keon. I would have gone Hines at 6, Moses at 7, Murray at 13. In the centres, I would have gone Critter, Burton, Wing, Addo-Carr, To'o, fullback out of respect for what's Teddy's done in the jersey. And he hasn't been good. He hasn't been shocking either. I think there's other areas that...
It's his last game. Before he has to reapply.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's his last game in regards to he doesn't own that jersey anymore. Yeah. He is going into season 2024 on the same level as Dylan Edwards, Scotty Too Hotty, Drinkwater,
Trell, Tommy.
Pappenhausen, Trell, Tommy, all those guys. On the bench...
But the problem...
So I'll let him finish this one.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Or Isaiah Yeo. I've gone Isaiah Yeo, either Reece Robson or Damien Cook starting, Stefano, and then I would have gone Hudson Young.
Like it.
Good side.
Sounds good to me.
Sorry, I would have...
Sounds cherry ripe.
I would have either started Keon or started Young, either way. But they're in the 17. That's my 17.
It's a good fucking side.
Thanks.
I like it. I like the side. I think it's a great side.
And if you were going to burn a guy like Stefano, let's say you were like, you know what, it didn't suit the game plan, and you said that to him and you said it publicly, like, game plan, we're going for a different vibe, I'd bring in RCG for Stefano and I would publicly say, has nothing to do with his performance. He's still eligible. We're going for a game plan with, a bit better footwork or longer minutes or whatever.
To have Payne Haas be out with injury and still drop Paulo is fucking bonkers to me.
I don't watch footy. I don't watch Origin.
I don't watch footy.
I don't watch footy. I don't watch Paulo and think like he wasn't good. Like I don't see that.
Didn't think that once.
Got to be honest, I was
Didn't
drunk.
think that once. Listen, we were drunk, but I still didn't think it.
No, I definitely didn't think it. Even when I was drunk, I didn't think
and
it.
I'll have strong opinions live.
Yeah.
If I was going to say it, I would have said it drunk,
Yeah.
but I didn't. What I was going to say is, Teddy obviously has to reapply next year.
Yep.
Given this sort of almost injury curse of fullbacks that we've got going on in the state, he's almost half a sniff to get reselected, really.
Re-sign. Well,
Pappenhausen, who knows what his knee's doing? Tommy, who knows?
Trell.
Latrell, who knows? He's missed fucking every season for a long time now. Like, then you're looking at Edwards, maybe.
Dylan Evans doesn't get my dick hard in
Gutho,
the blue jersey.
maybe.
I'd happily
Drinkwater gets
see
my
it.
dick
Scotty
hard.
Drink gets my little PP hard.
Scotty Drink may well be the man next year, based on everything I've just said.
He was looking pretty hot. Obviously, it was against the Tigers, right? I'm not going to pull a
But
Freddie.
he's leading. He has only played 14 games, I think, or maybe less, and he's leading try assists. So he can score points.
Some people saying that he would have been a better utility option than Gutho. Thoughts?
Oh, I just don't know about him in the front line at the moment. His defence isn't the best. Gutho's a much bigger body. Scotty Drinkwater, his defence still needs a bit of improvement, I reckon. So you'd only be selecting him to play fullback.
Yep.
Or, even in 6 or 7 in Origin, they just get targeted by Munster and DCE. We just run straight at him.
Noted.
So what do you got there? How many games did he play?
Oh,
But anyway, he's leading
14.
14, and he was second before the game on the weekend, and obviously now he's first in try assists in 14 games, and obviously there's been, 18 or 17? So
I can set him up.
he can set him up.
He can set him up.
Also, I think he was 5th or something in Dally M's last year, so it's not like it's just his first year of good footy. Like
No,
fucking
yeah,
bad last
yeah,
year
he's
too.
good.
Yeah. But points haven't been our problem. It's defence.
Well, points have in Origin. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, what are you talking about?
The interesting one with Dylan Edwards is like...
Chilled about Tom.
Scored a point.
Dylan Edwards is going to do a job, I reckon. Like, you can guarantee a good, solid game. But is it just a similar-ish player to Tedesco?
Well,
That's
I
the
need
question.
flash and panache. That's what I need.
Maybe a flash. Bit of Raz.
Flash and
Razzle dazzle.
panache. Splash and cash.
No, you reckon?
Yeah.
Fucking oath you do.
Now, let's get to Queensland's changes. Brimmer at fullback. And Corey Horsburgh brought onto the bench, I'm pretty sure. And Jaman Hopgood at 19th man.
Not as many changes.
Love it. Love the fact that... Look, initially I was like, Dearden's hips are getting so strong that he might get that 6 jersey and we put Mad Dog money at fullback.
No way.
But like it's building towards the future. If you did that, because you're giving him more Origin time in halves.
Yeah, but fucking Munster, he played fullback for Melbourne against Manly and we fucking made him look like a dick.
I think he played fullback like only... Was it 2020?
He'd do a job at fullback.
I
know.
You know it.
29, 20 even?
Nah,
Anyway.
fuck him.
Anyway,
dude. Don't put him at
But
fullback.
I think I actually like the decision Billy has gone with because it's saying like we're here to win the game 3.
But
We're
also,
not building towards the
like,
future.
why weaken a strength to strengthen a weakness? Like, Brimo's fucking good.
Yeah, Dearden's like the form 6 of the fucking comp right now.
Did a job. Game 3 must win last year.
No, I know
Do
he
you know
did.
what I mean?
I
Like,
know
let's
he
not
did.
pretend
Dearden
like
did a
he
job.
can't do a job.
He did a job, but I think Brimo...
I reckon money out the back.
Brimo
would've been
fucking
dangerous.
ripped for you guys
Yeah.
last time he played for Queensland.
You're
Brimo
trying-
was sick.
I think what you're trying to get at is why make 2 changes and change the dynamics of a side,
Just bring in a gun fullback.
which is exactly what Cameron Smith said. So you're like Cameron Smith.
Me
pretty
and
much.
Cameron Smith pretty much the same.
And Billy.
And Billy. Yeah.
They don't want to.
I got a bit of... Well, I don't want to say it. Bit of Queensland about me.
Clip it up. Clip it up.
Clip it
Holy shit. Did that
Jesus.
just happen?
You going to take that back, mate?
Did that just... Oh, my God. Oh, whoa.
I thought you were going to say a bit of Billy about you. Which I
Yeah,
would've-
Billy,
that
I'll
would've-
take Billy. But
Yeah.
Queenslander about you?
Yeah.
You said Cam Smith, Billy Slater. They're selecting a side. Can't help it.
Jesus.
Like, that wasn't my proudest moment.
I'm
good.
shocked. Because, like, first of all, no, you don't have any Queenslander about
No,
you.
I don't.
Like, we don't want you.
No, well, I don't want to be you.
Well, you kind of just said it.
No, but that's just, it's the content, it's a content cartel. I'm just saying shit, dude.
Oh, it's content cartel?
This is
Fair
clicks,
enough.
dude. This is clicks.
Clicks. Okay.
Clicks. Tom
You know
comes
what?
out as a Queenslander. Clicks. Not really.
Drink your water and calm down.
Look, as a fellow slave to content, I understand. You didn't. It was coming from a content heart, not a real heart.
Fuck Queensland, dude. Come on. Come on.
God.
Got a bit of the D or Dave's about me. That's what it really
Yeah, a
is.
little bit, little turn of code. I tell you what, I'll tell you who's going to be in tears, sobbing uncontrollably. Corey Horsburgh.
Just while he's playing the whole
He's
time.
going to be a
That's
mess.
a man who loves his fucking state.
You know what?
Man, he's been in tears in fucking first grade games,
Oh, I love it.
round 6 and
Passion.
stuff.
I want him crying the whole 80.
Yeah.
On the bench and on the field. I want him in tears whilst running at people.
Yeah.
His first hit up, there'll be tears in his eyes, 100%.
And I love it because he's quoted already, come out and said, Gordon Tallis has already told me when I get angry, take it out with a big carry or a big tackle. Don't be stupid. And it's
He
like,
said Gordon Tallis is his anger management coach. I was like, is this a joke?
nah.
Is this a
We've got the
joke?
raging bull in there to settle down to a big red.
But like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious that Gordon Tallis has been tasked with giving Corey anger management fucking lessons.
Yeah.
Gordy,
That's
probably
what I
Probably the
hear.
last bloke you'd ask.
yeah, Gordy of getting sent off for calling the ref a cheating cunt.
But he learnt from his ways. He's been there. He's done. He's like, I understand. I fucking did it. So don't follow me footsteps. Just get angry and take a tough carry.
That's so good.
And that's, like if you want to bring a forward onto your bench for Origin, you want him to have anger problems. Like that's Origin.
Oh, no, for sure. A red nut will have anger problems just by virtue of the fact they got red hair. That's what happens.
I can't wait for him
Anger management. Imagine
He
being
didn't replace Tom Gilbert, though, did he? Tom Gilbert was out after game 1. Sorry to be a fucking stickler for the rules here. He replaced
Yeah, I
Federer.
didn't write this.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming it was Matty. I
Yeah,
just
it's
want
Matty.
Matty to be better.
It's Matty.
How much would you like to be a fly on the wall at the anger management classes between Horsburgh and the Raging Bull?
See, now that'd be fun.
It'd be
what's-
special.
You know what's kind of ironic? And look,
Special.
it was a different time of rugby league. It was a different time of rugby league, but Gordon Tallis actually told us to punch on when I was playing for under-19. So
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what's happening here.
he literally, before he
How
played
did he
New South
say
Wales- Well, he said, basically, he goes, boys, if there is any push and shove, you either punch on or you walk away. Don't grab jerseys. Don't hold each other back. You either fucking have a crack or you walk away. And so our whole team, I've said this story a million times, but our whole team was like ready to go, whereas New South Wales were a bit like, what the fuck, when everyone just comes screaming in. But anyway,
Did you win the fight?
well, I didn't do much. I was in the fight. I didn't do much, but Queensland definitely won the fight. Will Chambers was fucking absolutely feeding this poor bloke.
Sounds like bullshit.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. You can watch it.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, I would.
State of Origin 19.
I think I've seen it.
It's a big brawl.
Haynes in that one as well?
Yeah, yeah. There's heaps of. There's Jared Mullen, Quiliuarte, mate. Heaps of first grades. Will Chambers, Israel Folau, heaps. But anyway,
Was Israel Flower playing for New South Wales at that point?
Queensland.
Oh, okay. Born in Minto, whatever.
Oh, really?
But it's funny.
Jeez, thank God we stomped that out. The mass exodus up north of blokes that just, born and raised, literally sucked at the bosom of the state, gave them everything, and then they fuck off.
Yeah, I'm actually facing a disaster at the moment because obviously my son will be born in New South Wales.
Trenjamin.
And we'll suck at the bosom of the
Yeah.
state.
I'm refusing to take any. Like, I'm not going to take any roads. I'm not using any New South Wales government provided facilities because I don't want him to suckle at the teat.
Well, so where's he going to be born? Just
But
in
you're
like a
down here
fucking
suckling at the
field?
I am going to pay the government.
You're down
You're
here
down here
suckling
suckling
on
at
the
the
sweet,
teat.
No.
sweet bosom of Mother New South
Yeah,
Wales.
I'm using and abusing.
No, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Disrespecting.
using the bosom. You're at the bosom
Yeah,
too,
but
mate.
I'm
Make no
disrespecting.
mistake.
No. You're
You're at the
here,
fucking bosom as well,
But
mate.
I'm like an undercover agent disrespecting New
You're
South
at the
Wales.
bosom.
You're in the bosom, dude. You're getting fucking. You got both nips in the mouth. That's
Fucking
how much
oath, you're
fucking-
playing. You're getting your greedy little guts.
Yeah.
I actually did.
Unfortunately
ask
for
the
you,
wife to-
your son won't get like a legacy lead in either because you didn't play for Queensland.
I don't know what it means.
No, it doesn't care.
Oh, doesn't it?
No.
But I actually did ask the wife if she would go up to Queensland and have the baby. She said she would have, but it's too late now.
Yeah. No. How long? How
She
far?
would've.
How long away are we?
It's about, I think, 35 weeks or August 25th. So she was open to it, and then we looked into it. And the reason why she said she can't is because she'd be sitting somewhere for 2 weeks waiting for the baby to come.
Yeah. It'd be a real ball ache, Denon.
I tried.
Yeah.
She said yes, so I respect that. That's a Queenslander in her. She's ACT. She was born in Canberra.
Well, actually, no. ACT. We own ACT as a state.
Yeah, we don't. We own it.
You own it as a
New
state.
South Wales.
They
yeah.
know that.
Okay.
We own
So,
ACT.
Liz, so your son's going to have New South Wales on the birth certificate. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
It really does fucking hurt.
And because you'll be down here sucking on the bosom, technically they won't be eligible for
No,
Queensland.
no, it won't be eligible. And also,
No, he's going to be the first under 6 to the FIFO. He's flying in for a footy and flying out.
no, and he's going to be like fucking hell.
be in blue,
He's
mate.
going to be all around blue. He's gonna be like, I'm a blue. Fuck dad.
proud.
I'm a blue.
No way. He won't be like, fuck dad.
Yeah.
He'll be like, fucking Queensland all the
no,
way.
no, he'll be a blue.
Absolutely.
Kid will be a blue.
100%.
Nah. He's got to be a Queenslander. Make sure to stream State of Origin Wednesday, exclusive, live and free on 9 now. Biggest games and the best commentary for free. Get it on stream it now, anywhere, anytime. Use the 9 Now app or on your web browser, guys. Broke records, game 1, so make sure to tune in again. Incredible. It's called a dead rubber, but come on, guys. There's going to be some old school fireworks, in my opinion. Boys, RLPA has called NRL players to boycott on all pre-game, post-game, and halftime interviews during NRL matches. What are your thoughts about the whole situation? Basically, they can't come to an agreement with the bargaining CBA, so the NRL has said, these changes, we don't like them. We're boycotting these media.
We were having a yarn about it this morning. Like, I don't know where the truth is in terms of what's right or wrong or who's doing whether the players are breaking balls or anything, but just the way that it's being spoken about, I feel like is very one-sided in the media generally, and it's these fucking players are greedy. It's from what I do know, they're completely sweet with the money. They're money's all good. There's just some other specific nuancy shit that's going on. So I don't know what's right or wrong, but I'm I also don't think that on the whole player pre and post game interviews are that fucking important. So to me it seems like a small thing. It's they're not saying we're not playing footy. Whereas you hear some people and they're like, oh, little Johnny's going to be fucking devastated. He can't hear what Nico says after a game. Where's Nico? Nico's in the sheds. He's just fucking winning the game. He gives a fuck. Check his Instagram, exactly. Whatever the truth of the matter is, I'll be shocked if I read any more into it. But
thing that I just wish it wasn't so vague. I want to know what the disagreement is so that we can all just be you're wrong, you're right, or bruh, just get it done.
Yeah.
For example, the idea of oh, this is a huge landmark deal. I understand that, but that's only a natural progression. Also, when we talk about, okay, the minimum wage is increasing and the salary cap is growing, it's only growing equal to the amount of revenue that is being generated. So they get, I don't know what the percentage is, but let's
37% is
37%.
That's the increase.
Okay. No, that's the increase.
Yeah.
But let's say they earn 25% of the revenue in 2018 or whatever. They're still only earning 25% of the revenue.
Yeah, it's just
now.
gone up.
It's gone up. Why? Because of the players, and the admin as well, not just the players, but the players are a huge reason why the revenues are increasing to record margins. It's literally the record last 12 months. So that's not increasing. The players aren't asking for more percentage of the revenue. And also, of course, it would go up by a substantial margin of 37%. It's 5 years. It's been 5 years. If you add that all together, you're adding it to 7 or 8% a year or something. So the players aren't actually getting an increase relative to how much money they generate for the NRL. They're actually staying on the same percentage. How much is it, Matty?
37.4.
Is that how much revenue the NRL players earn of the revenue, total revenue?
The increase?
Or is that the increase?
So no, that's the revenue. So the players will share whatever the figure is from 2023 to 2027. This represents a 37.4%. Oh, 34.7 increase. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that number is it's not misleading. It's true. But the revenue of the NRL has increased by
the revenue
37%.
share is the same.
The revenue share is exactly the same. So the NRL is probably earning around 40% more revenue than what they were earning in 2018.
Yep.
And so it is increasing, but it's in relative to itself, it's actually staying the same. All the little things that were a bit surprising was the fact that they're, again, I haven't spoken to anyone from the RLP side. I haven't spoken to anyone from the media side. So this is just me as a fan, just looking and listening to the interviews. It seems like they're still getting COVID agreement payments for their... So they agreed to take pay cuts on all their rep stuff during COVID because to help save the game. They said, yeah, for sure, during COVID. And it seems, again, I'm just outside looking in, it seems like they're still getting that. Now, Abdo came out and said they'll go to their normal payments once they agree to the deal and will even backdate it. But what I was surprised with that was so you're agreeing that they should get the payments because we're post-COVID. Why don't you just give them the money now? Why do they have to agree to new terms to get money that is apparently
actually
owed to them?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is two businesses with two different interests. The NRL has an interest to their shareholders. The RLPA has interest to the NRL players, and they're just button heads.
But I saw something on close personal friend of the show, Christian Welsh's Instagram stories. Shout out to close personal friend Christian Welsh.
Queenslander.
Fuck Queensland.
Well, he's still a friend.
Yeah.
Very
You're a
hollow. That
friend.
fuck Queensland, it's way hollower than it was about.
Yeah,
3
no, it's
months
hollow.
ago.
I've lost any credibility right now. Christian, like the thing that he shared was from the RLPA where they're sending it to an independent body, right, to make this decision, and they're saying they're going to accept, or they're trying to, or they are sending it to a completely.
I think they are
independent-
now, yeah.
To
Like
make
a mediator?
decision. Yeah, to make a decision.
Industrial media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Industry-
So like,
They'd be coining that job.
fuck yeah. They're basically just saying like they'll accept whatever the outcome of that is. So you're like, all right, sweet.
Yeah. Like, and so there were other sticking points. So basically, the players are saying they want control of how they spend their money in the new systems that have been put in place, like
The player fund.
player funds and that. Now, I think both parties should have a say in how they
And I think
spend.
that's what NRL want. They want to have a 50% say.
I think so. I'm not sure how much percent say the NRL will want, but I think it's a bit much to say RLPA just gets full say
Yes.
on those player payments. Now, the NRL should have some say in that. Like that.
I think Abdo said 50%, but that could be
Well,
wrong.
if he
Shockingly.
did, then I think that's actually a fair offer from the NRL. Like they're still a business. That's still a lot of money that they should be able to have oversight of and say, this is appropriate, this is not appropriate. Whereas giving it to a completely different party, it's unfair.
You give a shitload of money to rugby league players, there's going to be a lot of jet skis purchased. You
Yeah,
know what I
so
mean? Like, what are we doing?
if that is the case, I think both parties should have a say in those things.
All this sort of thing, though, is really, it comes down to a matter of opinion. You know? Like, the implication that the players are being fucking these greedy pigs that need to be stopped, I think is incorrect. The implication that the NRL just want to fuck the players over, I think is also probably
Yes.
incorrect.
Well, why would you want to do that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you want to fuck over the main cog in your wheel?
Yeah.
Right? You got to get that right, otherwise you're fucking out of a job in 5 years. So I think it's probably a smart decision to give it to a mediator and go, you fuckers need to meet in the middle a little bit, a bit of sacrifice either way.
Yeah.
I feel the same, mate. I feel like as you know with your business, like it's sometimes hard doing business with other businesses because you've got different interests and you've got different fucking wants or whatever. So you can't say this is fully the player's fault or fully the NRL's fault either. Like I think that an external mediator would help.
Yeah. I just think the way that it's being represented in the media is a bit fucking one-sided at the moment.
Well, they've got an interest in.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
They pay so much money for
They
the game.
pay so much money
Yeah.
for it. And,
Yeah.
But, just like
Again, it's
players are greedy is just a fucking
Well,
very
it's-
easy and like it's sort of dismissive or a
it's-
pejorative term to describe what is actually not what
Well,
they're
it's more
doing.
to the point of they're a business and their interest is to the consumer. They've got no interest in the player. So, of course, they're going to say, oi, fucking, we want those interviews. We pay all this cash and you're fucking not, like, why are we getting punished for the NRL disagreeing
Yes.
with you? So, they're not going to get angry at the NRL. They're going to get angry. So,
Because their product's directly affected.
No, I understand it, but the way it's being spoken about isn't to the specifics. You can be going, listen, it's fucking annoying you guys aren't doing media, and that's fucking out. You're screwing us over, and you say you got no problem with the media, but still speak to, like, be a bit more nuanced in the way you're discussing it. Like, again, there was like, oh, the fucking price of milk's going up and the interest rates are going up and the fucking people sitting at home going, what are these players fighting at? It's like, that may be true that some people are doing that, but if you are, then you're just sort of like, you're not paying attention to what's actually happening about like.
But part of me also, though, likes
Dude, are you
that we
kidding me?
live in a world where that sort of rhetoric's getting thrown out.
Eddie, you don't think that I was fucking beating my dick hearing fucking hoops talk about the price of milk on NRL 360 or petrol or something? I loved it.
If the two are linked. It's just good stuff.
It's good shit.
it's rugby league.
It's rugby league. It really is rugby league. And it's the greatest game of all for that reason. Simple as that.
Yeah, so it's really hard to like weigh in on this because we just don't know the details. Like I just would. That's the only wish I would have is there would be less vagueness about the whole situation, like vague terms, and I just want to see like what are you actually butting heads?
I
with?
don't
want
Itemize it.
vagueness.
Don't want vagueness.
Fair enough.
But outside of that, hopefully it gets sorted. I think the NRL they're just doing what's best for them. Players doing what's best for them. Now, don't forget, code this week was drink water from Anylog for free delivery when you spend $15 more. If you use code, you have a chance to win $250. That's drink water. Free delivery, $15 or more. Tigers. It was rumoured after their 74-0 loss to the Cowboys that Benji Marshall could take over next year. Tim Sheens came out today and said he will stay until the end of 2024. Man, the Tigers.
What's doing?
Like, I mean, this has been going on for so long now. It's like, surely you look at it and go, it's been completely different rosters, completely different coaches. Surely changes need to be made at the top.
1,000%.
Like, how long does it have
Pasco's
to
been there since 2015.
But can I say though, like, yes, the
That's
top
too
needs
long.
to go, right? Shout out to Pasco.
Doesn't excuse the players.
CEO
And
I'm not saying
Hadja Patelis?
Patelis.
I don't know. Like, Lee's more, I think he's more of a just, like, well, Pasco's the day-to-day runner and he's more just a director.
But
It changes.
But like, and you're saying multiple coaches, multiple rosters, sure. But, and you're right, old mate at the top, Pasco, he makes the decision that employs what some would argue, a coach who's maybe past it with the succession plan of a coach who's never coached before. So like that, you can still say that coaches are shit with relatively, or the coaches aren't maybe up to it. And that was a
Well,
decision.
Benji, we
that
don't know.
was-
Benji, we don't
Well,
know.
Pasco's...
Well, no, but you don't know. But like, if you're a side that's struggling, right? Generally, like for the last 50 years or whatever it is, like bringing in a rookie coach who's being nurtured by a coach who just fucking shit the bed over in England. Again, I'm speaking fucking like uneloquently here, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
He struggled at England.
he
Now
struggled
back
at
here.
England. Now he's back here. The Tigers are still shit. He got like, are they better than they were? Are the Tigers better than they were with Madge? Like, Madge was a good signing in a club that's got, didn't have a shitload of cattle and they were struggling, but they get rid of him for Sheens and Benji.
Benji, as Sheen's old as Methuselah, and you got to remember that the sacking of Madge was Pasco, and then the
Sheen's
rehire.
recommended, I think.
Yeah, but he's created that environment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's the one responsible for Sheen's back in, for
for sure,
Sheen's making
for
the call, for Sheen's bringing in fucking Benji. Like, poor old Benji, mate. Like, this could be his great undoing in terms of his, or like the great sort of handbrake on his coaching career. Getting fucking shortballed the Tigers 6 months into your first grade coaching debut. Like, you listen to Wayne Bennett when the advice he gives to all the other coaches coming through. He's like, you got to go out and cut your teeth.
Yeah.
You got to go coach like under 20s and reserve grade and fucking and work out what your style is and how you're going to deal with when the chips are down. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be scenarios when you've lost 3 in a row. Like, how do you respond then? This stuff, yeah, instinct plays a part of it, but like coaching and playing footy aren't the same fucking thing.
And then and you talk the environment
just 'cause he-
created by Pasco as well. And then he, rightly or wrongly, the Scott Fulton signing, you do it without the fucking knowledge, Sheens' knowledge, without Benji's knowledge, and now you've just created a rift in the club in between the people that are meant to be working together, coaching the side. You're like, what the fuck's...
I think Benji's coming from the perspective of is like he loves the club and they called on him.
Yes.
Because he didn't put himself forward. They reached out to him and were like, so I think that like even Benji, if he was going to become a coach, would go out and do all those things.
Yes.
It's kind of like Billy Slater for an example. When I spoke to him last year in his debut year, I was like, mate, is this everything you ever dreamed of? But he said, no, it's not. I haven't dreamed of it at all. I only did it because my state needed me. I didn't do it because, you know what I'm saying?
No, I completely respect that, and that doesn't really change my opinion on one way or the other. It's still
The result's still the same, for
The
sure.
result's still the same. He hasn't got the runs on the board.
Yeah.
Now I know that he put his hand up for the club he loves, and I respect that. But he's not.
He shouldn't have been asked.
He shouldn't have been asked, and he's not put in a position where he's going to have success. Quite honestly,
Yeah.
Is he going to fucking turn things around
I think
after 6 months of coaching? It's unlikely.
and that's where I say like the current environment's been created is just there's got to be changes made. Like the choices at the top have not worked. If it was if a player had these results, they'd never get resigned.
No.
Resigned.
But like the reason is that like commercially they're doing good.
Split it up then. He can be
Yeah.
commercial manager of the club. Like he just takes care of the business. You get a CEO of Rugby League in.
100%.
And then because if he's got runs on the board in commercial, great. You go and take care of that. But clearly from a Rugby League perspective, your decisions haven't been anywhere close to successful, which is even more ironic because if you are making so much money, you should actually be going well on the field because like you look at the Broncos, they had those couple of bad years, but they've got so many fucking resources to pull on. Whereas there are clubs out there, Manly for example, have no fucking resources, and yet you still manage to like fight for prelims, last year or the year before or whatever. So like and also West Tigers have the biggest nursery ever out in Campbelltown. So it's like
Huge.
set up for success. I understand it's a merger club, but there's so much that's going right. Why is it
Dirty
going so-
merger club.
A dirty merger club,
DMC.
if you will.
Well, our podcast is sort of...
It's a dirty merger.
It's a DMP. It's a dirty merger.
So with the Tigers, like the players, you can't sit there and say that the players are still responsible for that outing because that's that kind of like if you're losing 32-10, you could go it's the environment. if you're losing 74-0, like it's the environment plus your performance. It's not just the environment that's creating a 74-0 loss. I think change has got to be
He's
made
got
at
to
the
go.
top.
Kid's got to go.
But I don't. I mean, if he is this absolute weapon of a commercial director, then
Keep him there for that.
keep him there for that. I don't see any problem with that.
But we
whatsoever.
don't let him on the field like running drills and shit.
But mate, like, let's be honest. It's getting a bit long in the tooth now. You know what I
the
mean?
Tigers being shit. So
Fucking-
it's a bit of an old
it's painful.
storyline.
It's too old now.
Yeah.
And they came back and they won a couple of games, and you think, oh, hang on. Things turning around here, and then you go and you lose 74-0, one of the biggest losses in the history of the game.
Not if you were betting on the Cowboys. Big win.
Well, you and I, we see the world a little differently, Tom, but, we're geniuses.
If you bet on the Tigers, if you took them at whatever ridiculous odds they were, you're a
Appy and
fucking
Brooks.
idiot. Yeah, you're just an idiot.
Yeah. No appies hurt them.
Massively. And
Really,
that's-
really hurt them.
But like they still have 2 Dalian back rowers, one of the best young players in the comp with Buller. They've got Clemmer up front, good, solid.
They're not a
first grader.
77-0 side, that's for sure.
Fuck no.
74. Each year it gets more like
They're
77.
they're also not a
80.
dead last side,
No, absolutely not.
No, that's the
absolutely
Dragons.
not. So
but they are coming last. Are they not?
yeah, they're coming last.
Yeah.
That'll
So there you go.
put a dent in the fucking for and against, won't it? 74-0.
Doesn't hurt.
So I just can't see a way where like surely there's changes at the top. As you said, Eddie, like whether he steps into a commercial role and he's CEO of the business side, or he's changes got to be made. Jeez Louise. Onto the Bulldogs. Gus Gould admitted that to Bulldogs fans. This year was always going to be difficult, but we have to stick to our task of rebuilding the club over a period of time. It's going to take time. We know that. We've been through this process plenty of times before. We just have to trust that. We've used more players than any club this year. We've debuted more players than any other club, and some players have been exposed to top grade before their time. Has also said that Serraldo, he should start coaching in 2024 when he was recruited, but Serraldo said, nah, I want to get in and get it done. And fight through the tough times. And they've also signed Toby Sexton. What are your thoughts on the Doggies, boys?
I think they are. They've been unlucky with injury. Again, they aren't a fucking 66-0 side. Like that's a fucking awful performance. But like,
They've underperformed. I don't think there's no harm in saying that.
Yeah.
I know they've had a fuckload of injuries. I completely respect that. If I'm a Bulldogs fan, honestly, what's getting me through the night is what Phil Gould did at the Panthers.
but that was longer than 5 years. So
Yeah, but it happened, right? Like at least you look at that system, that nursery, like what that side is now, what that club is now. He played a big role in that, whether you like it or not.
And he's also a person that'll get good. Like if you're the Tigers, players basically go to your club for shitloads of money or last chance saloon sort of stuff. Whereas at the Dogs, even though they're shit, you're like, Gould will get good players.
Yes, and has.
That's what I mean. Like
Kicker, Marnie,
but like
Burton.
they're trying for Payne Haas.
Critter
now, right?
next year.
Like Payne Haas probably won't
scares
go,
me.
right?
Look,
he might though, but he might though. Just the fact that
Yeah.
he might.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way if the Tigers offered him $1 million, he's going there.
That scares the shit out of me.
I'd love it.
The Payne Haas to the Dogs.
Come back to
Scares
New South
Imagine
Wales,
Payne
Payne.
goes, they've got Critter next year. Mate, then you're probably a 7 away from doing some real damage.
Yeah, I think Burton is at most a 6. Definitely not a 7. You could even argue a centre.
I felt bad for that kid they bought in the halves on the weekend.
Rajab.
That was nice.
Rajab.
Yeah.
I was surprised with Sarah. And so that's where I think that
Dropped now. That's good.
I think
Thanks for your services.
I think Serraldo, and I said this on like in my camp in the car where I was driving, but I think Serraldo might be making a little bit of a mistake of using, and we've seen it before with assistant Storm coaches, assistant Roosters coaches. I think even Adam O'Brien admitted that he took the Roosters kind of methods and tried to apply it to Newcastle. I think Serraldo has made a little bit of that mistake of like expecting the young guys to be as good as the young guys at Penrith, when I don't think that the young fellas are, the system and the young players aren't as developed as Panthers.
Yep.
And so, whereas where you go look at Webster at the Warriors, he recruited all battlers. So I think he was aware, like, I can't take Panthers standards over to New Zealand Warriors. I need to take battlers that are just going to do what I say and then build from there. So that's one area where I reckon Serraldo, may mature as a coach, where he goes, okay, I need to like adjust the fact that this is the Dogs, not Penrith. And maybe he's already doing that. And I also think they need to bolster their defensive. Whoever is defensive there either needs to upskill themselves, or they need to bring in more defensive.
You reckon what teach them to tackle?
Just teach them systems and all that kind of stuff. Spacing, contact.
And I think I heard it maybe on your Monday show, award-winning it is, but like they paired they paired that Raja guy.
Yeah,
So
with
Raja-
Alamotti and
with-
Kiraz.
Yeah.
It's like all young players.
But like, didn't they put one of them in the back row? Is someone here with a big Ringers Western thing for you?
Oh, really? Nice.
One more coming. Sweet. Sign language. Yeah, it was, I can understand. That's like, I got it. He was like, I was like, yeah.
It's
sweet.
been rocks or diamonds for you today. Like, that was good, but you like had a bit of a Barry.
Nah, but that wasn't a Barry, mate. That's good stuff. That's what
Okay.
you're here for. Who gives a fuck? I don't say any. You shouldn't. You take anything I say seriously. You're a fucking idiot. I've got nothing.
Look, he's not proud of himself. That's okay.
Yeah, but I think that the fact that the Dogs already in the preseason were like, look, it's a building year. The one thing I don't like is when clubs go, we're in it, we're going to have a big year, blah, blah, blah. They get 10 rounds in and they go, oh, no, we're actually rebuilding. It's like, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
That happened literally at the Broncos. Like, we came into the year going, we are full of big, swinging dick forwards, best young forward pack in the comp. We got to round 12 and apparently we're rebuilding. We're like,
Yeah,
what
it's
the?
very convenient.
What the hell? Where did the rebuilding part come from?
Dude, rebuilding, I love it when people just drop a rebuild and you're like, hold on a second. You told me to bet on you at the start of the year. Now you're rebuilding?
Well, that's the thing with the Dogs is like people were getting pretty pumped up last year when Burton went there. They're like, oh, mate, we're going to be fucking something this year. Oh, but wait until all these players come next year. Now it's like, maybe we'll just start kicking that can down the road a little bit more.
But, like, if you do look at their side for next year, truthfully, it is pretty good.
It is good.
And they have struggled with a lot of injury. this
That's
year.
what I mean. Like,
Smashed
they've
to
genuinely
pieces.
had bad injuries.
I do think they need to recruit a couple of like Dale Finucane and Cam McInnes is in the forward pack.
A couple of Dogs.
Couple of dogs, and they might not be at the best end of their career, but they teach a young forward pack about the gritty nature of rugby league.
The gritty nature of rugby league. That's a line.
Okay, let's get into some tips, boys. Tigers paying $9.50 against the Sharkies. I'm going Sharkies.
Sharks.
Oh, yeah, big humping.
Yeah, I think there might be another rugby league humping afoot.
St. George Dragons versus Raiders. Dragons $4. Raiders $1.25.
$4 is good for the Dragons, given the Raiders don't mind fucking losing sometimes when they should win, but I think the Raiders.
I think Raiders. But
Eels.
they've been their biggest margin this year, Raiders, 8 points. That's the biggest
wild.
winning margin.
Like, their for and against is so out of whack, and they're sitting like fucking fourth or some shit.
I
on the
know,
table.
it's crazy.
Eels versus Warriors. I'm going
Warriors.
Eels.
I'm going to go the Warriors.
I
A couple of outs for the Eels, obviously.
I feel like the Eels as well. I think I'd maybe even.
No SJ for the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, Sean Johnson out for the Warriors now as well. I'm going Eels.
Going Eels.
Stay with the Warriors.
Rabbitohs $1.54. Bulldogs $2.48.
Rabbitohs.
I'm going the Rabbitohs, but I tell you what, they're fucking missing some man.
I just think-
Dogs should not be that short, though. Give me some value.
Yeah.
Dogs just got fucked in the arse.
Yeah, and also like Rabbitohs still have an incredible forward pack.
Yeah.
Like they
Don't
still
give me-
have
don't give me
Saleh,
248 for the Dogs.
Burgess,
That's not fair.
Arrow. No, Arrow's not back yet. Their forward back is still. Oh, they're losing Cookie though. Ooh, okay, I understand the 248 now.
I don't. Like, it's still too
Cam
short.
Murray, Cody Walker,
Kolomatangi.
Cam Murray, Damien Cook, and Colin Matangi.
Look, fair.
Big outs.
And Arrow.
There are a lot of outs.
Shitloads
But
of
the
outs.
Dogs,
The Dogs are essentially outside of Adakar.
give me a little more.
Okay.
Just give me a little more.
The kid wants a bit more.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. Gold Coast Titans versus Dolphins.
I like the Dolphins. Titans got some outs as well.
Yeah,
AJ,
Titans with
Fafita,
Fafita,
Tino,
Tino,
and Fodawaker.
Fodawaker. Give me the fish.
I'm going the Dolphins.
Oh, good
Give me the
man.
fish.
Good man.
And then New South Wales versus Queensland. New South Wales $2.25. Queensland $1.65.
New South Wales 13 plus in this one. Bradman Best full leg tat. We said it.
What,
full
Bradman
leg
for a
tat.
Hattie?
Bradman for at least one.
At least one.
Leg tat, arm sleeve, ears tucked into the hat, bro. He's scoring.
Do you reckon
Kid's
Gutho was picked and Bradman were picked because of their shin tats?
Yes, dude. I
you'd
think you're going to have something to do with
I tell
it.
you what, a shin tat bet, not bad. Although
A shin
Gutho
tap.
won't get on, you'd need an injury.
That's the only problem for a shin tap bet. But you still have a look at it.
Yeah, you have a look. You definitely have a look at a shin tat bet.
Yeah.
You've obviously got to run the risk of him not playing any minutes. So it's going to be hard to score a try off the bench
Yes.
when you literally don't leave it.
He might be the first
I don't know
man.
if it's impossible.
No.
He might be the first man off the bench to score a try.
But without ever getting on the field?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's been done before, but I'm not ruling it out. They say anything's possible, Dan.
He's a shin tat after all.
And he does have a shinny. They say anything's possible. Listen, New South Wales 13 plus. Bradman anytime.
It's hard. Sweeping's hard, Dennis.
Teddy,
Sweeping's hard.
I'm not saying that.
Teddy anytime and his swan song.
Yeah.
Swan song.
Yep.
And give me a Liam Martin.
Okay.
New South Wales 13 plus Bradman Bass anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, New South Wales by a bit, and I reckon Cody Walker's going to give Brady Bess a couple.
Yeah. Cody's going
Or two.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'm going Queensland. The score will be 24-14. And Brimo to score a double.
Hate it.
Hate it?
shit bet.
Hate it.
Shit bet.
Fucking hell,
AJ
bro.
will score.
What the hell?
Shit bet from a shit guy.
Make sure beer in special, IGA, celebration, Sports Liquor. Anything else? I'm trying to think. No. I'll see you at the ground. I'll be with NRL doing a TikTok live at the ground. So come down, buy some tickets to watch Origin.
Cute.
And I'll go and fuck myself.
Bye.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.